Welcome back to my channel, and today I wanted to talk about a topic that is central to my channel, which is immigrating to a new country. As some of you may already know, I moved from South Africa to the United States in the late 90s, and I've been here ever since. I was planning to come to the United States for 2 years, and 18 years later I'm still here. So it's been wonderful. I've raised my children here, and I've been pretty much happy with the decision that I made to raise my children here. So that part of it has been more than awesome, and again it also allowed for me to open my eyes and to reach new horizon. This video really is about what will you miss when you move into a new country. Okay, so I'm going to be really fast. So I think the major thing is you're going to miss family. But that's the major thing for us. Our parents have been the I think a source of pain for us, that like we are not seeing them all the time. And yes, our family as well, we miss pretty much everyone, but we had to like do what was necessary for us as a family, and we are happy with that part of it. But again, you miss the family. When we moved here, this is prior Facebook and all other social media outlets blew up. So when we were here, like, I remember the first thing that we did was to make a phone call to South Africa. We didn't even understand how the whole like phone call thing works. Not that there were no phones in South Africa, there were phones in South Africa, but in America we didn't know like how to call direct and stuff like that. This is when you had to go through an operator to make an international call. And I remember one of the things we did was rack up the phone bill, not even realizing it. But and we learned our lesson very quickly. So but with social media, it has changed the way we communicate. And you're all aware of that. The fact that you're watching even this video is because of social media, and that really changed the dynamic, because before that we were just like, pretty much miserable. I know a lot of people, especially for me, when I moved to this area, there weren't a lot of South Africans here in this area. Even the one that when I moved was here, had to move away to a different state. So I was kind of like very lonely. But I had, like, I was raising my children, and that was my major focus. I was going to school, so that made that allowed for me to take my mind off of things for a little bit. So I was really busy in my life. So, but I know a lot of stay-at-home moms that just could not handle it. So they moved, some of them actually moved back to South Africa. That's how miserable they were. But I'm a tough girl, was born tough, raised tough. I can take pretty much anything, okay? I can, like, that's just who I am. Thanks to my mom, I think. So I'm a very tough person. Not that other people were weak. No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I can endure. And I know some people who really were very depressed. I was depressed too, like, because you miss family, you miss everything about, like, what you left behind, even as you move forward, it's very difficult not to, unless you left South Africa or your old country when you were in a very bad situation. I know some people left because of crime and stuff like that, so they had very bad experiences, so that pushed them away. It was not the case for us, so we were pretty much miserable. And so a lot of people, some people moved back, and some people just endured and soldiered on. We were talking about this actually in one of the sites for South Africans, so about how much a lot of us, you know, like even gain weight because a lot of us are so depressed, you know, because, and also for us, South Africa is too far, so it's not a matter of like you can go all the time unless you have the money to do that. But a lot of us don't go like often because it's a very expensive adventure, and but I'm not even going there. But so the point I was gonna make is that you're gonna miss family. I went on too long. Then you're gonna miss the food, okay? United States food, when I moved here, tasted totally different than anything that I was used to. We ate the same things as Americans, same foods as Americans, like in terms of rice, veggies, meats, and everything. The only thing that was different, Americans love barbecue sauce on everything. And so that's not something I was used to. We spice our meats. We do dry rubs more than we do like sauces when we grill or braai, as some of you may know. So so that's the main thing. You're gonna miss the food, and you're gonna, you know, like you're gonna take a while adjusting. But the key thing is just to remember you're in a new country, ready to experience stuff. Nowadays it's much better, by the way, because a lot of it's easier for businesses to ship, you know, like things, so you can get some of the stuff that you used to either online or through like international aisles at the stores, grocery stores. So that has changed. And another thing that you're going to miss is the weather. Unless you come from a crappy place weather-wise, then yes, you're going to miss it. For me, when I really miss South Africa, even like wind just hitting me in the right way, okay, makes me just remember everything, you know, like about South Africa, the weather. I mean, it makes me just feel like I'm already there, just the way the weather hits me. Our weather is different here, but we get days, especially in the fall, where the weather is just perfect, like how I remember weather back home. Not that Cape Town doesn't get crappy weather, which it does, but overall the weather is just so beautiful because it's a dry heat rather than a humid heat, which is what we have here. But anyway, so whether you're going to miss, you're gonna miss your old shows if your country shows different shows, but the world has become so much smaller that, you know, like the internet allows us to stay in touch with our old ways without, you know, like, and also in the United States, internet access is very cheap, and as a result, you know, like staying in touch with people and staying you know, like enjoying entertainment from back home is so much easier. So as a result, you really aren't gonna be missing much in that area. It used to be so bad that, you know, like when I first came to the United States, I watched the weather. That was the main thing that I really enjoyed. I watched the weather. Who watches the weather? But I learned so much about the weather and, you know, like the weather patterns in the United States. So I guess that's a bright side, but I really missed the shows that I grew up with. But I was just happy that, you know, like I was in a new country. And also, you know, like, sorry if you're not from South Africa, but in South Africa, soap operas, which is called daytime television in the United States, meaning it's watched mostly by stay-at-home moms. In South Africa, it plays in the evening, and as a result, a lot of soap operas I didn't watch them because I was either working or going to school, so I stopped watching all of those. So thank God for that. So those are the main things. And of course you're going to miss, like like back home you're going to miss the milestones, like with family, like weddings, funerals are probably the hardest for me because as I said in one of my videos, funerals are a big deal back home, and it's really like a beautiful, it's a sad moment, but it's also a beautiful moment because everybody comes together and just to celebrate the life of the person who passed away. So you're going to miss a lot of milestones, but again, thanks to Facebook, you will not forget to wish them a happy birthday, because guess what? You get a notification. But you're going to miss a lot of those, and that's the hard part. I mean, when I first moved here, like the kids, some of my nephews were like a year old. Some of them were just like, little kids, and now they're men. And so I missed pretty much all of that. But they've also missed, I think, the milestones of my children. So it's a two-way street, I hope. But I'm the one who moved away. So in a way, I'm the one who missed out, and I can look at it that way. But you make an adjustment. It took a while for me to make an adjustment, to be full. It took me 2 years to go back to visit. But once I got used to the United States work, the culture, the people, like the beat of the United States, once I got used to that, I really, really enjoyed the life here. The upside, really, if you want to look at it that way, the upside for me was just having a peace of mind, and being able to focus without the pressures of, like childhood, family, and stuff like that, which, unless you have a perfect family, don't even know how to put it. If you have a perfect family, great. Then, but for me, the peace of mind and having space and just, space to be able to think and figure out my life, what I want to do and stuff like that was really, really helpful to me. And I, of course, enjoyed being able to go outside and not feel threatened or feel like somebody's gonna grab something or somebody's gonna do something. So, I mean, it doesn't mean things like that do not happen, but they are rare, and at least they don't happen in the area where I live. And as a result, so life was really, really peaceful. And remember, depends on which area of the city or country you come from. So for someone else, this could be totally normal in their country. The United States is not the only country, of course, is not the only country in the world that is peaceful. I know you're probably thinking, what about gun, blah, 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 gun this and gun that? Yeah, I know. Totally understand, but you gotta put things into perspective that the United States is a vast country with over 300 million people. Not that death of one person is justified. I'm just trying to put things into perspective. So I don't feel, like threatened and stuff like that. So, but just to come back, I think you will remember the reasons why you left your country and what you found in your new country, and as a result, I think you will feel at peace over time. But it does take a lot of it takes a lot of adjustment, and because also the social media aspect of it has made it more bearable and easy for people to adjust, so it's not as bad. So I hope this video was helpful a little bit, because I know that people have asked me this, and I wanted to talk about it a while back. I did talk about it in my impressions of the United States, but I really wanted to say, to focus on what will you miss and what you will not miss. And basically what you will not miss is the reasons why you left your country to begin with, and you will remember that every time you're thinking about, you'll remind yourself that, okay, what are the benefits, why am I here, and what were the benefits that I saw when I decided to move here, and am I getting that? So but this was a fun video, and I hope you enjoyed it, and if you like it, thumbs it up, subscribe, and share with your friends. Thank you so much.